What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Man Card Podcast. And this week, even though it is Christmas week, we still are going to do a quote of the week. This week, Mitchell has one for you. Go ahead and take it away, Mitchell.
Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Mariah Carey.
Hit it. All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Man Card Podcast. We're very excited that you're here on this Monday morning. I always like to say when the episodes are coming out, but I forget because I think that Mondays are Fridays and Fridays are Mondays.
Oh, I don't even know what day we're on. I know it's a Monday. I don't
it's
even know
Monday.
What
it's
week
Monday.
this is.
I think it's Monday the 20th. I've oriented us today.
Nice.
I write this stuff down so that we can keep track. But yes, I'm glad you joined us. This is Christmas week. This is the time to get into the spirit, get into, 'tis the season, what it's all about. So we got some special stuff planned for Friday's episode, but unfortunately, you're not there yet. It's only Monday.
You're not there yet.
Yeah, you still got a whole portion of a week to get through before you can get to Friday.
Oh, that was really stupid what I just did.
Look at your non-watched
And I have a watch
hand.
on my other hand.
Great opportunity to
Yes.
say we are actually live on YouTube. And if you don't know, Spotify has added a video feature, so you are more than welcome to watch this on the Spotify app if you use Spotify to listen to your music or podcast. But either way, I definitely want to start off this episode with something that is revered in the season, something that is held on such a high pedestal that they have parties centered around this specific topic. And this specific topic is ugly Christmas sweaters. I don't know when they turned ugly. I don't know why they had to turn ugly.
Can I stop us real quick?
Please
before
do.
We get to there?
I'm still
Only
talking.
because I know for a damn fact I'm not going to make it through this episode doing so. So I have a little bit of news. Not really big news. It's just something. It's something I've never done.
Oh, yeah.
Ever in my
I wrote
life.
that on the other page, and that's why I didn't say
I was
it.
looking for it. I was like, ah. So I can't wear this fucking beanie this whole entire time. But basically,
No way, dude!
we're bald. And so when you said, right before we started, let me preface this. Oh, wow. The lighting really makes it. Anyways, right before we started, Noah was like, dude, you look like you got cancer. And he didn't see my hair. He just saw me with a beanie. It's like, I'm going to remember that for this episode.
Literally,
maybe I do.
Literally, this guy walks in, and I'm like, man, I love the beanie because you've mentioned it a bunch before on the show. And you always get like, oh, man, it makes me look like Justin Bieber. It makes me look like Justin Bieber. And I'm like, and you walked in looking like Justin Bieber.
Yep.
And I had to agree with you. I think you look like
appreciate
Justin
it.
Bieber. And, of course, when my friends wear beanies, it usually blocks the greater majority of one's hair.
Yeah.
And so
That's why I wore it.
it's pretty much just the running joke with me, with people who I'm close to, that like if you walk in wearing a beanie, me included, I'll look at myself in the mirror and say this: you look like you got some cancer, bro. You look like you're cancer boy.
Well, now the hair matches.
And he's committed to the bit now. So Mitchell officially has. That was part of the announcement. The part of the announcement is that you shaved your head. The other part of the announcement is he's going on treatment soon. But throw some prayers this season for him. But no, I think it looks great.
I appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of good comments and bad comments.
Oh, give me some of the bad. You got to start with the bad.
All right, so bad. I walked in the door and my mom teared up.
No way.
Freaking out. No, my mom, like she almost cried. And I thought like me getting a tattoo was bad. She was horrified. She's like, what did you do?
Really?
What did you do? And then she started tearing up. My dad walked in and he was like, who the fuck are you? And you know what's even worse about it? So like the next morning, we were all sitting at the table and I look over at my parents like, y'all had 24 hours now to like let it set in. Cause I haven't done this since I was born. My hair has not been this short ever. I was like, obviously it's different. Like, what do you honestly think? And my dad insulted the fuck out of me.
What did he say?
He said, so basically, he said that parents and people would always come up to him and tell him, wow, your son is so good looking. He's just a great guy. Like, I wish my daughter would date him, blah, blah, blah. He said this. I'm not blowing smoke up my own ass.
He's like bragging
about me. He's like, these parents would come up to me and say how good looking of a son I had, and you know what? I like agreed with them and everything. I don't think they'd say that anymore.
Oh, no.
That's exactly word for word what he said.
Oh, no. So what was the genesis of this idea? Where did this come from? Was it Bella? Did she egg you on to get a buzz cut?
No, she said go for it. But so it's another thing. It's like the ears pierced, but this one had nothing to do with Bella. I always kind of wanted to do it in the back of my head, and I kind of want to do this because I've never done it before.
Really? Even for like baseball tournaments and stuff?
Never has my hair ever been this short in my life.
Wow.
Since I was born, basically.
Because that's like almost a zero guard.
Yeah. No, it's a 3 on top and then a fade on the sides. And so basically I was like, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it now. I have a girlfriend. It's winter, so if it looks like absolute dog crap, I can wear hats and beanies.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mentioned to Bella, and Bella's like, do it. And so I went, got it done. Really freaking like it. I've actually got comments at the gym. Dudes that I've never talked to at the gym came up to me and was like, bro, like I've seen you work out here before, and I saw like you like shaved your head. Like you look a lot tougher.
It makes you look massive.
Yeah. It was like, you look a lot meaner. Today at the gym, a dude said, you're giving me prisoner vibes. I was like, honestly, I take that as a compliment. Appreciate that.
He's like, comes up, he's like, hey, what you got stored up in that prison wallet?
Yeah. So when did you get out?
What's the date? When'd you parole hit, boy? Yeah, man, I don't know. Last time I had like a buzz cut was like in high school. Like it was a long time ago. And even if I had a buzz cut, it was like buzz cut to like still a little pokey up in the front.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm going to let it grow just a tad bit more. And I've actually considered, and granted, I'm just changing my whole look, is I think I might do like a dyed blonde.
Really?
Yep. Just
to
see.
Frost the tips?
Not frosted tips. There's no tips. The tip is all I have left. But I was thinking about doing it. And you know what? If it looks ridiculous, like I said, I have a girlfriend. I have no one that I'm really trying to impress. I can wear hats.
Yeah, Bella. Just take notes here. He's not trying to impress you. He doesn't want you to think that he's all that in a bag of chips.
I already won. So
yeah, already won the game. Yeah, I mean, because you guys are going to Disney, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Did we really mention that?
I don't know if we ever mentioned that. We're going to be there at the same time, though. That's all we know.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going for New Year's. You're going after New Year's.
Yes.
But they interlap.
Yeah. What?
Intertwine? Interlap?
Yeah. Overlap.
Yeah,
intertwine.
Okay.
Interlap. I'm going to say that from now on.
Overtwine.
Overtwine and interlap.
All right.
That's what we do here at the Man Car Podcast. It interlaps for sure. But yeah, you're going from the 30th through the 5th.
And you 2 to 7 or 8.
2 to 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will be there overlapping for a minute. But that's on. We'll talk about more scheduling on Friday. But we might potentially be, if we can work out the scheduling, maybe record a podcast when we're in Disney World. Not in Disney World. Actually, that'd be pretty freaking sick.
Oh, yeah. Can we do it like while we're drinking around the world? We'll just get someone to carry a camera and like video us and we'll just walk around mics.
That would be nuts.
Oh, I'd be sloshed.
I got to find out what days we're going to which parks and see if like we just coincidentally overlap on any of the days that we're just there by happenstance.
Okay.
Because
we got the 3rd. 3rd is MGM and Epcot for us.
3rd is MGM.
Because we're going to do the Star Wars and drink around the world.
I love how you still call it MGM. I love that.
Oh, I didn't know. Matt, I don't know. Hollywood Studios? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's what I would have called it, but Bella calls it MGM.
It's traditionally MGM. Yeah. So like OGs who like knew it, I don't know when they changed the name. I just knew it as MGM when I was growing up.
Which stands for what? I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Oh, cool.
I think MGM is literally they're screaming at the phone. My dad was like last week when we had an episode and we were going through the movies and I was saying things wrong. He was like screaming at his phone like, no, it's this person. You said it wrong. So yeah.
So they're screaming right now. MGM. We don't know.
We don't know what it is.
Magic Gate.
No, it's a movie studio, dude. MGM is a movie studio.
No idea.
MGM. Let's see.
Marvel.
MGM Grand? No. MGM
Disney
Hollywood Studios. What does it mean, though?
Does it say? Hold
on. Studios meaning. I see what literally they're screaming at us. Oh, that's why. Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
What the hell?
That's why they call it MGM Studios, because it's Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studios. MGM Studios. I feel like MGM Studios is the one with a roaring lion. at the beginning of the movies.
You're probably right.
I think that's it.
I think no one knows that because they stare at the line.
Maybe.
That's probably it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Honestly, if that's wrong too, honestly, I feel a little out of my depth right now. And
in my defense, I've been to Disney one time, so.
One time. Well, hey, MGM. We'll go with MGM. I love it being called MGM because it's kind of like a classic, like Disney reference.
I used to call it Hollywood Studios. That's what I thought it was.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I know it is, but like when Bella was saying MGM, I was like, I've never heard of that. I've heard of Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom.
Well, you're excited for it because they got the new Star Wars.
That's not even what I'm excited for. I'm excited for Universal on the 31st. Harry Potter.
Oh,
Hogwarts.
Oh, that's right. You're in the world now.
Oh yeah.
So do you know anything about that park?
Nothing about that.
Nothing
park.
about it.
I just know you can basically go through all the experiences. You can pick your wand. You get put into a house if you want.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, so I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I would definitely recommend going to Hogsmeade. Hogsmeade? No. Go to Diagon Alley first.
Okay.
And then ride the train over.
Okay.
From there.
Okay.
Because the entrance to Diagon Alley is pretty cool.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty cool.
All right. Is that where I get the wand too?
Yeah.
Right,
Ollivanders is at Diagon Alley.
Oh, I'm excited,
dude. I'm so excited that you're in the world of Harry Potter.
Oh, it's great. My Blake's just now getting into it. He said he watched the first one like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
like, wow, it was really good. I was like, if you think
They're
number
good.
one's good, I mean,
if you think
better.
If you think one is good,
Yeah,
one you're
one
crazy.
was the worst.
2, you're gonna love all the other ones.
Yeah,
they get dark. Like around 4, they start to get really dark.
What is that? Goblet of Fire? Yeah, as soon as Voldemort takes his human form or whatever form that is, if you want to say
alien form, creepy form, sexy form,
sexy form.
Somebody out there,
he's a cool looking villain.
He's a cool looking villain, without a doubt. But somebody out there has a Voldemort fetish. I guarantee.
Oh yeah,
it.
they're like, wow.
They're like, Voldemort
or someone would cut their nose
it.
off for me.
Yes, and they get boyfriends or girlfriends, and they're disappointed that they're like, it's not it, man.
Yeah, can you remove your nose?
Can you? I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody trying to pay, like getting like a sugar
Anti-nose
baby
job?
Yeah, and like getting their nose taken off, like a pit bull or like a bulldog, like their flat face.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Do you think Voldemort's the coolest looking villain? Who's the coolest looking villain?
Coolest looking villain?
Any type of anything.
Man, villains are hard because
I know my favorite villain is definitely Joker from Batman with what's his name?
Heath Ledger.
Yes, that's the best villain. The voice and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the coolest looking though, or like the scariest looking.
No, he's not. He's not that scary. He's just plays the character really well.
What do you think? If you could pick anyone,
like my favorite or the best,
one that you just like, wow, that looks like a villain. That's a cool villain kind of thing.
I'm having trouble. You put me on the spot. I'm having trouble thinking of villains, honestly.
I got one. And I can't even think of his name, but oh shoot. I'm gonna kick myself in the butt. The Star Wars guy.
Oh, I got it. Megamind. No.
What the hell?
I'm kidding.
It's the worst one.
I know. It's so bad.
Mine is it's the first episode. First episode, double lightsaber, red.
Oh, Darth Maul.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That
That's
dude looks nuts. Half red, half black, little horns.
Yeah.
Doesn't say a word, just
he reprised his role.
Yeah, I've heard. That he has a whole series, or I don't know if a series or an episode or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he reprised his role in the Han Solo, the Solo offshoot movie.
I saw that. I didn't see that though. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
Because it goes into the lore of the Clone Wars where he got out of the pit and then went to this planet where they installed like spider legs, like mechanical spider legs on his lower half.
Yeah.
It's a hit with the ladies. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I bet.
He's pretty handsy. But
he lost the important part. So anyway, don't matter.
Well, yeah, it's a bummer. They give him a mechanical one.
All right, so villain pick.
Villain. Have you ever seen the movie? I don't know why all these animated villains are popping into my mind. You ever seen Meet the Robinsons?
Yes.
Okay. The
little fucking
Goob.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Well, I love that movie, and I love the evil villain in that movie because he kind of takes an arc. The villain becomes like a pseudo hero, I just like the
No,
like
that's
the art.
fine. I was looking for the coolest looking villain, whatever, and you chose Goob.
I'm just having trouble. I'm literally only thinking of animated
I
villains.
mean, you could have said like Darth Vader. You could have said Thanos. You could have said.
Oh, see, like I'm literally like
You could have said Venom or whatever. You could have
I've never
said
seen
Green
Venom.
Goblin.
Green Goblin's pretty. Okay. Doc Ock.
Doc Ock's.
Doc Ock's pretty badass because
Pretty
that
decent
the second Spider-Man, the original Sam Raimi ones, that second one underrated, guaranteed. Like the train sequence, the fight
Oh
sequence.
yeah. The CGI and stuff.
Because I was watching a video on YouTube the other day of like a breakdown of this guy saying like that movie is one of the most perfect superhero movies ever made, and I have to say I agree with the guy.
Yeah, it's great.
Because like they don't do this anymore, and this is a big part of being a superhero is like saving normal people, right? And Spider-Man, he's like
train
in the middle
scene,
of a
everything.
fight.
Yep.
He's saving normal people that are being thrown off the train. He's like throwing webs. Like if Thor is battling, you pick the villain. The Ragnarok shoving the sword in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You name the villain. He doesn't save anybody. He's like just fighting the villain. And I think that's a big overlooked aspect of what superheroes are and what they do is they can do more than just fight the villain.
Well, that's what a lot of you look at Spider-Man, that's what they do. Green Goblin was going after, civilians at the beginning.
That's true, but it's also another thing that they've kind of overlooked a little bit in the new Tom Holland Spider-Man ones. Is like when he's fighting the villain,
Yeah, there's strictly
that's pretty much it.
Yep.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
And
We'll find
occasionally he'll maybe like throw in like a web, like, "Oh, Ned, watch out." But man, Sam Raimi, they were killing it.
Yeah.
They were killing it.
Yeah, but if you've seen the trailer for that Spider-Man, we're gonna see some shit.
The new one.
Oh yeah,
I know.
see some
I'm
shit.
excited. Oh, speaking of, when this episode comes out,
It'll be
we
way
will have
too late.
seen the movie.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the New Year's episode, we'll have an update for you on
Our reactions.
Our
'cause I'm gonna have a
reactions.
huge reaction.
yeah. Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. So we've gone on a huge tangent.
Yeah, we haven't even started the list.
Yeah, we haven't even started the list. Ugly Christmas sweaters.
I ain't got one.
You don't have a ugly Christmas sweater.
The ugliest. I had a Christmas sweater that everyone called ugly, but it was like a normal ass Christmas sweater. It was black. I have pictures of it somewhere.
Black.
It was a black sweater, and then it had red snowflakes going across it, across the chest. And I was like, "It's simple, elegant, nice. It's me." And then
They're like, yeah,
every
dude,
time I
that's
went,
awful.
we at Provino's back in the day when we Christmas time would come around. The day before Christmas Eve, we were open.
Yeah.
And so we got to wear Christmas sweaters if we wanted to instead of our, bow tie or
Bow
whatever.
tie.
And
By the way, you're cute in that bow tie.
thank you. I appreciate it. I miss it. I miss it a lot. Dan, the owner or whatever, is actually retiring this year. It makes me sad.
No way.
Yeah.
You'll have to go and give him a little
Give him a
shout
hug,
out. Yeah.
But I came in with that sweater and he was like, he's very, picky. He's like, Mitchell, I said Christmas sweaters. What do you got on? And I was like, what do you mean? It has snowflakes. That's not a Christmas sweater. You see everyone else, it's like green. They're like glowing up or whatever.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho or whatever. And it's like, this is the best I could do, my man.
This
is
is
the best
all I got.
I'm broke. You don't pay me enough. I don't even have enough for a Christmas sweater.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't go to his retirement.
Yeah.
Show up to retirement. Hey, you owe me money.
Yeah.
Give me moolah.
Your opinions.
So when Stranger Things was getting big, like when it was first coming out, they released a bunch of Christmas sweaters that lit up on the letters. Remember, like in the first one, she wrote the letters on the wall?
No, I haven't seen Stranger Things.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Anyway, there's a scene where she writes letters on the wall, strings up lights, and like communicates with the Upside Down. It's not spoiling anything. And also, if it's spoiling for somebody out there, go watch it. You should have watched it by now.
Yeah.
And so it basically is a mock-up of that scene where she takes it, like has all the letters on the sweater, and it has it lights up over the letters. So I think it's really fun. And spoiler, it's not here at the apartment, so you're not going to see it on the Friday episode. Unfortunately, but shout out to my dad for giving me a Christmas sweater in a pinch, making that happen. So appreciate it.
Yeah.
So ugly Christmas sweaters and parties. I say W, big W, because it's fun. It's almost like saying like it's free dress code day. Do you ever have that when you had like uniforms?
Yeah.
Except
I didn't have uniforms.
You're not worried about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what do I wear today? It's like, oh, I can look like a hot piece of garbage because
Like
that's
at
the
school,
point.
like elementary school and stuff. I drove by elementary school this morning, and on their sign it said Friday Pajama and Polar Express Day. I was like, fuck, I miss
That's
those
awesome.
days. That was the best days.
Those were the best days because you didn't have it, like, that was all you did.
Yeah, you drank, your teacher did like hot cocoa or whatever. You put on Polar Express, and you're just sitting there chilling. You take a nap if you want or whatever, and then it's like Christmas games.
Oh,
That's it.
so fun. So fun. So, speaking of Christmas, speaking of the season, I need to report back on 2 movies that we recommended that I actually did watch. One of which was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. So did you restart it? Because you said you got halfway through, and then you're like, yeah.
So, yeah, got halfway through it, never restarted or watched it. I didn't finish it. I couldn't
Oh, you
finish it.
still didn't watch? What
No.
the?
Yeah, man. Couldn't get through it.
All
It
right.
just threw Ellie and I for such a loop. And it telegraphs where it's going
Where's
in
it
the
going?
movie.
Where's it
He
going?
literally takes over and ends up being Santa. Like, it's telegraphs itself so hard. Is that right?
It's kind of right.
Yeah, okay. But, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, there's not more to it than that. But I'm just saying, like, one, it telegraphs itself really hard. So, like, I knew where it was going, like, right from the beginning. And then the second half of it was, like, the vibe of it was, like, I need to watch it on Halloween. Like, that's when you need to watch this because, like, there's very few movies that you can watch in the lead up to Christmas before the season, if you will. So, like, that would be a great one to end Halloween with and enter into November with and watch and hearken in the season with. Hearken?
I disagree, but that's fine.
Hey, you can like it.
No,
I don't not like it as a movie. I just think it was the wrong timing for me.
And then your other one?
So, Miracle on 34th Street.
I haven't seen it. One of my mom's favorite, though.
I had never seen it before. Actually, I don't know. I say that with confidence, but I'm just going to stick with it. It was great.
Really?
It is so good.
You are black and white, I assume, right?
Yeah.
That's the... I know my mom watches, too. I finally watched It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
So good.
I finally got around to that one. That's my mom's other favorite, but I know she watches that other one, which is that Miracle on 34th Street, and I have not got to that. I've seen parts of it because she always has it on.
Dude,
I just didn't sit down. I haven't sat down and done it.
When this episode comes out, you've got 4 days to make it happen. So, dude, make it happen.
We'll see.
I'm telling you.
We'll see.
Olivia texted me, and I don't know how the timing's going to work out, but she wants like Ellie and I to get together with her and Nick. What's up? We're not avoiding you. I promise. We're just trying to figure out timing, and a lot of stuff is going on behind the scenes. So, anyway. But she wants to watch White Christmas because we mentioned White Christmas.
Yeah.
On,
Which one's right? I don't.
Exactly. It
Is
was
that the
one of the
Disney
ones where no, it wasn't that one. But it was one of the ones where we were like, oh, never heard of it. It's old. Never seen it, and kind of glossed over it. Yeah. But she was like, it's old. It's awesome.
And she's all for it.
And she's all for it. She was like, you guys got to come over and watch it. So timing, we'll see how the timing works out. But if the timing doesn't work out, I want to make some time and watch it before Christmas because Ellie and I are just here most of the time. So I want to make sure we make that happen before the Christmas comes upon us. But yeah, so those were the 2 that I wanted to report back on. Other than that,
I just had The Wonderful Life. It was good. It was good for an old movie.
Did you not like? You're saying
love it. Everyone is so in love with it. I could see why it was so good back in the day.
Back in the day, you and me, baby.
But like now, it's also fucking George started going like he's bipolar.
No, he's
yes. I understand that things went bad and everything, but all of a sudden, he has that weird voice when he's older, and he starts yelling at his kids, and he's like, "I'm sorry. Now keep playing. Play the piano." I was like, dude,
it's the stress. It's the like, yeah. Anyway,
and I don't like Mary.
Oh, the main actress.
Yeah, I don't like her. He could have done better. Anyways.
Well, she was cute. Okay, we were talking about 50s ladies. She was like cream of the crop.
No, she wasn't. No. Nope. George was a good looking dude. George had everything going. He was tall.
Yeah.
Got the hair going.
Did you like the other lady better?
The blonde? No, she's nuts too.
Yeah, she was nuts. She was the stripper.
I don't think there was anyone I liked in that, female wise. And Potter's an ass. That's what I asked my
George Bailey.
That's what pissed me off is we were getting to the end of it, and this is right after everyone starts dumping money on the table trying to save the day for George and the family, and
you're spoiling it.
Oh shit! Oh well, my bad. Anyways, I looked over at my mom. And I was like, so what's going to happen to Potter? Because obviously he took the money, My mom was like, "Oh, nothing happens. This is it. This is like the end. They fix it." I was like, "What the fuck? That just ruined everything. I wanted Potter to die.
Yeah.
I wanted Potter to either die or get thrown in jail. He got away with $8,000.
I know. I really like that movie because he doesn't get in trouble. And let me back up let me bring some receipts because it's the real world, dude. Like, you lose money, it comes into somebody's pocket to make it, that's just it. It's just tomorrow's another day.
That uncle's also an idiot for.
Yes, correct. And I do feel he kind of got what was coming for him from George, but George, man, cool it a little bit, $8,000, like in that time it was a lot of money.
Remember when Potter offered him like $20K a year, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy."
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
$20K now, that's rough.
You are struggling.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's rough. I feel like some panhandlers make that.
You're probably right.
In a year, like if you just extrapolate that out, 365, you get Actually, what is that? 20,000.
I don't even know if that's minimum wage. To be honest with you.
No, it's not.
20K.
20,000.
Divided by 12.
Divided by 12.
Divided by 4.
Divided by 4.
Divided by 40, because that'll tell you your hourly.
Oh. $10 an hour.
Really? It's that much? Are we sure? Did we do that right?
20,000? No, divided by 52 weeks in a year.
If you divide by 12, that's what you get every single month.
Yeah.
Divide by 4.
$1,600. Then you get
divide
$416.
by 40, because if you're working 40 hours a week. Oh, yeah, it is $10.
Dude, that's more than minimum wage.
Yeah, geez, wow. Okay, that's balling out. Never mind.
Dude, you're balling. I like how we just shit on minimum wage unintentionally.
$725 times 40 times 4 times 12.
But
14,000.
I feel like, because some people panhandle for a living. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
they can make some buku money.
If you're making like $10 an hour, like panhandling, why would you not do that?
Yeah.
Like, that just makes sense. Oh, okay, before we run out of time, this is just a quick little note that I wanted to add, and I wrote it down here. The busyness of the season. The busyness of the season, right? And this was just a thought, because I had this realization when I was walking back upstairs about how like hectic things can get around Christmas.
Yeah.
And I wrote down how parents sacrifice sanity for children experience. Because I remember, do you ever remember any kind of stress around Christmas?
Oh, yeah, nothing.
Like Christmas was
the most stress was the one I caused whenever I didn't get the biggest present, like we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
That
so
was
like
the big stress.
Christmas was the coasting, the just hanging out, no stress, and little did we know, there was so much going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. My parents... Okay, so quick question. Obviously, you're living by yourself. You're married now. Is this the busiest Christmas you've ever had, personally?
This is the busiest in terms of planning. Because instead of years past where it would be like, oh, I go see Ellie for Christmas, at some point, or she comes over or whatever.
Yeah.
This Christmas is we're planning to go see her mom, go see and stay with my parents, go see her dad, go possibly see my grandpa, go see my grandmas. It's like so many things that we have to plan.
I would just bring them all in one place.
Can't.
Why?
So my grandpa is like in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did.
So he's just stuck up in North Georgia. I guess my grandmas could come, but like they would usually come for like Christmas Day dinner.
Yeah.
If they did come, and then like the other parts of my family aren't getting together, so it's like, well, we got to go see them individually. So I don't know when that's going to be squeezed in. But yes, very stressful, not stressful, but like very busy and hard to plan. But with that stress and us shitting on minimum wage, we're going to send you right into the halftime show. All right, everybody, and welcome to the Man Card Podcast halftime episode, the episode within an episode, and every single mini episode we come to you with a topic. And today's topic is actually on top of Mitchell's head right now.
The toboggan.
The beanie.
The beanie.
The beanie, as they say.
Isn't it the same thing? Toboggan?
Toboggan? Toboggan, I think, is a thing you sit in and ride, right?
No. No, I'm pretty sure toboggan. All right, you entertain the folks while I look it up.
While he looks up toboggan, which he's going to find a thing that you ride, beanies, on the other hand, are ubiquitous in this type of season. And one movie in particular pops into my mind, which is Home Alone. Home Alone 1 and 2, you have Marv and I can't. What's the other character?
For which one?
Marvin in Home Alone.
Kevin.
No. The evil characters.
Oh,
the robbers.
Shit.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember.
One of them wears the beanie.
Uh-huh.
And he just yells at Marv the whole time. So
Guy
I
with
can't
the
remember.
tooth, though.
Yeah, the gold tooth. So he wears the beanie. And, dude, he looks fly.
You know what's crazy? I thought that would be so Bella and I watched that movie recently, both of them, Home Alone 1 and 2. And I sat here thinking like, oh, it'll just be a good movie. And it's like, we're older. So like little things like that won't make us laugh. It's not going to be that funny. Like we know it's actually still freaking hilarious.
Funny.
It's still funny.
Did you watch 1 and or 2?
We watched both. Yeah.
So good.
They are hilarious. And
so funny.
You know, it's so stupid, but it's so funny. Also, by the way, we're both right. So toboggan, it is a toboggan, a beanie, and toboggan is a winter hat and has its origin in the south of the U.S. But also, if you look up toboggan, it's also a sled.
It's also a sled.
So
come on.
There we go. Wow, we're both right.
Dude,
that's crazy.
That is crazy. It's so rare nowadays where people can actually come together and be right about the same thing. Also, can we find whoever did that and ask them to change the name of toboggan to something else? Like, why would they give two items the same name?
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, because you type in just toboggan.
It
gives you the sled, and then obviously people ask. Well, people also ask, is the toboggan a beanie? And then
why do we do that? Why do we do that? We have so many double names for things.
What's another one?
Toboggan.
Call you out on the spot.
You know what else has a double name?
What?
Mancardpodcast.com.
What's the other name? Merch store.
It's the Mancard Podcast merch store. Go check it out. It's a great way to link over to YouTube. You can listen to the episodes straight on the website. And it's got all of our merch.
If you want a beanie, not this one.
Not that one.
But if you want a beanie.
It also has a circular emblem exactly where that one is.
It's very similar. Just picture, instead of a smiley face, you got a manly-ass man verification stamp.
Much like this one?
That one.
This exact
what he's
thing.
pointing at. On your forehead.
Right there. So go check it out. We've got a ton of stuff on there that I think you might enjoy.
Yeah, if you're thinking about tattooing our logo on your forehead, just get the beanie instead. You know, similar.
Wow, you're disincentivizing
the
tattoos.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, on the forehead is a little, if it was like a cheek, maybe. A
little risky.
Yeah, but like forehead, it's like, eh.
It's like, meh. Hit or miss.
Yeah.
Well, don't hit or miss. Go to mancardpodcast.com. Check us out. Links over to there, and we are going to send you right back to the main episode. See you in a second. All right, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of this Mancard Podcast episode, the MCP episode. I need to get better about using that acronym.
What, that?
MCP, baby.
MCP, baby. Hey, we need to put that on some merch.
MC Podcast.
MCP.
Yeah, man, it's good. So we're going to start off the second half, and I'm going to toot my own horn just a little bit. I got a work promotion.
Nice.
So the promotion that I was talking about months ago.
Okay, with a work promotion, is your title changed?
So it's a completely different position.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When do you start?
I start January 2nd. Technically, I start the position the 2nd, but I'm going to be out of town.
Is it a lot more work?
It's different. It's the same work, but like different focus. If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. Tell me, what's the new focus?
So I am now a sales service rep. So I do a lot of service around the paint desk in Lowe's. But now going forward, I pretty much only deal with pro contractors. Take calls, help grease the wheels in sales, work with the outside sales reps that are for Lowe's, and like make sure their huge accounts are going through correctly and all that jazz. So a lot of that's what I'm saying. So it's a lot of stuff in another direction. Like it's the same thing, but it's different.
Instead of working with, your amateurs, you're working with the pros.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're like a pro trainer now.
Exactly. It's the big leagues.
Nice.
It's the big leagues.
And with that comes
a pay raise.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good pay raise.
We can say percentage, right?
I can say percentage.
What's the percentage?
Okay, and I'll preface
because no one knows.
Yes, correct. So it's a 23% raise, which in percentage sounds really great.
It is still really great.
And it's great. I'm not crapping on it at all. But when you're, like, if you, like, let's say my salary was $1, and then I got a raise to $2.
Mm-hmm.
It's
100%.
That's a 100% raise.
Yeah.
So just keep that in perspective when dealing with percentages.
Well, let's just say, and I doubt anyone's going to really calculate it out anyway. Your raise. Never mind, I'm not going to say that because then people could actually calculate it out. I was going to say something along the lines of the minimum wage that we calculated earlier, but anyways.
Oh, yeah. No, you were about to out me so hard.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that.
No,
it was going to give away what the percentage of the... Never mind, let's move on. Well, anyways.
Okay, getting a little dicey around salaries.
It's not my information to spill.
I know, that's true. You want to put your dick on the table?
And do what?
And say your salary?
I will.
No, it's okay. We'll move on.
I make at least $5.
We make the same amount.
We do. We both make at least $5.
We both make at least $5. Ellie and I were watching TikToks earlier before you got here, and one of them popped up, which was like this guy who was like, what people think coding is like, and he's like, going like this.
Wait. Is it an African American guy?
Yeah, it's this black guy who's
and then
like
all
coding,
of a sudden it's.
And he's like doing it on his arm.
Yep.
And then it cuts to Stack Overflow.
And then he does it. And he clicks it and he
copy and paste it.
Let's go. That's exactly how it is. That is legit coding.
Yeah.
Not like completely in a nutshell. That is coding.
Yeah.
It's nothing like the Matrix. It's nothing like you have a million screens. You're like, I'm hacking into the world.
Some people have to be that way though. But even if you're that good, you still forget things.
Yeah. No, it's. Whoever can do that, then you're just a G. I don't even think some of the best coders are like that. Like, oh yeah, let me just type up an algorithm real quick.
Yeah, there's no way.
I watched. Have you seen? Oh, this didn't make our top Christmas movies, and I think it should have because I watched it recently. Okay. And I loved it. Company Christmas Party. Have you seen it?
No, I never heard of it.
Okay, so it has a lot of the SNL people in it, so it's it's a funny movie. But basically, the preface of it is this guy gets handed down a premise, right? Did I say that right?
You should preface.
Okay. Well, let me preface it with a premise. That doesn't make sense either.
No,
anyways,
it does.
Basically, a tech company gets handed down to his daughter and his son runs one of the branches of this company.
Sure.
And he's kind of an idiot. The daughter's like a CEO. She's the genius. She went to Harvard, whatever. But there's a scene with the main character. The main character is the supervisor for the lead engineer, who's like a coder.
Yeah.
And there's a scene that they run into the office real quick and they got to code up something. And he's like, what do you got to do? And she's like, I got to write an algorithm for blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, that's going to take weeks. And she's like, nope, done. She like did done. It's like, that is such bullshit.
Well, it depends,
that is not
depends on the algorithm.
If your algorithm is 1 + 1,
yeah.
Add 2 numbers, then that's great algorithm.
That's really important information.
Yeah, is it?
Well, yeah, all of physics and science would fall apart if 1 + 1.
You don't have to write the algorithm. 2. There's probably a module or a package.
Oh yeah, there's a package, dude. I want to see your package.
Yeah, I got a lot of packages.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for Friday's episode where we get to actually see each other's packages.
I'm not. I'm disappointed.
Well, I mean, don't be disappointed in your package.
I'm disappointed in my package. I don't think it's going to perform.
No, I think it's going to perform great. Let's just say my package is deceiving. It's bigger on the outset than what's inside.
Oh, you just gave it away. Not it away, but you gave away the idea of it.
What?
Never mind. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm too good at guessing gifts.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're not going to spoil it. There's no way you guessed it.
I won't guess the item, but I'll guess the gag of it.
The gag?
Yeah.
It's not a gag.
Last time I was on this podcast, I always got pissed that I didn't get the biggest present. So you got a big-ass box, you can put a little-ass thing in there, didn't you? Yeah.
I totally forgotten about that.
Yep.
But I'm glad that that's not what happened. Because that
isn't what happened?
No,
okay,
no,
thank
I
God.
promise. It's not that bad. It's just like...
I was about to say, that's kind of deep. I kind of like that. Wow, you really made sure I got the biggest present.
Yes, I made sure. Well, it's a pretty big bag.
Yeah,
but it's, anything. Anyway, my package is not that big. So... Moving on, 'tis the season, speaking of packages, for package mayhem. I don't know if you've noticed this, but everything is being delayed, like significantly.
You say that. Mine has not. Dude, my whole family's has not.
I'm nervous that some of the gifts that I got for somebody who's sitting in the other room right now, my wife, I'm nervous some of her gifts aren't going to come in on time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to put a picture of what she got in a box.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do for maybe a couple. But every present I've ordered so far has come in plenty of time.
Okay.
Plenty of time. In our whole front hallway, when you walk in the door, boxes everywhere. So many.
There's been a couple times. So do you wrap gifts for your family? Or are you the
Yeah,
family
yes,
that just shoves
yeah.
the presents in
No,
the
no,
tree?
no, no.
Okay.
No, we wrap.
So I'm trying to push Ellie into a new tradition of Christmas with us where we wrap gifts for each other. Because
What, did y'all used to just put the things under the tree?
No. I'm talking with her. So, like, my family did that ever since we were little, but her family didn't always do that. They would, like, he would just, or her mom would just say, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And just get it for them.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, here you go. And so I'm trying to reinstate, because my family uses an app, and my mom has started this recently over the past few years called Giftster.
Yeah.
And I told you about it.
Yes, you did.
But basically, the premise of the app, for those of you who don't know out there, is you log onto the app, put some of your ideal gifts on there, and then, from that list, other people can sign up for what they want to get you and get that gift, and then boom, simple Christmas gift. With me, is I love the idea. I think it's great, and I'm using it right now with my family, but there's a portion of it where it's like, man, where's the surprise?
Oh, yeah, there's no surprise. I hate that. I hate when people ask.
My dad did it the best, though. Mm-hmm. So he could have put, like, I want bourbon, and put, like, I want X thing. Or, like, I want...
He made it broad.
Yeah, he made it broad. So he just said, I want category. And then, like, you sign up for that.
Yeah.
And then you get whatever you think might work well.
That's smart.
So, yes.
I can't do that.
He did it
'Cause
right.
Mainly all I wanted was clothing. And if I put clothing,
Yes.
my parents and my family,
I asked for, which I don't know if I'm going to get, but I asked for gym clothes, like gym shorts.
Like what kind?
Shirts.
Did you say brand or you just say gym clothes?
I said gym clothes. I didn't really have a preference, but
Yeah.
my mom sent me a few links, and she was like, "Oh, what do you think of these?" And I was like, "Yeah, these are good."
What brands?
I think it was like No Bull.
Noble's
was one of
good.
them.
Noble's good.
Noble's great, and then a couple other ones that were
Okay.
good. But the No Bull shoes, the lifting shoes, I saw a guy wearing them the other day in the gym.
Oh, they're cool.
They're nice.
Yeah, they're very nice. There's a whole bunch of them. I personally, I don't care about lifting shoes. I'm wearing my lifting shoes, which are Blazers. I like. See, that's the thing. I like this.
Blazers. Is that what Blazers are?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Don't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Jeremiah
Yeah.
hates Nike. Right?
All right. Fuck him.
He doesn't
Anyway,
want to.
Yeah.
No. He doesn't want to support Nike because of what they stand for.
What do they stand for? Cool shoes?
Colin Kaepernick.
Ah.
So he's like, screw Nike.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, he's like, but I want a pair of Blazers.
Blazers are dope. I have
Exactly.
2 pairs of Blazers.
So there they are.
Yeah.
So he convinced his mom to get him Blazers. So he's not supporting Nike.
Right.
So he talked himself out of that one for sure. But yes,
Did he tell you what color? Is it the white ones? Normal?
no dice. I have no idea.
Oh, well.
They're invisible actually.
I hope it. Oh, cool.
They're Wonder
Wow.
Woman's Blazers.
Wow, shoot. I need a pair of them. But basically, I mean, back on the shoes is I just want cool looking shoes, I guess, when I go to the gym, or nice looking shoes.
Yeah.
I don't care about the performance of them. I don't care that they're like actual lifting shoes, like the Noble ones. I'm sure they're cool.
Yeah.
But I've seen all of them, and I'm like, they look too much like lifting shoes, and I don't want them.
Yeah, that would be something like you come in and you're hitting legs and you're like doing legs.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd buy them for that. Like, I only wear Converse or high tops when I do legs because
Same.
I need ankle support and then I need a flat bottom.
Same.
Aside from that, yeah.
Yeah, that's same for me. Like I pretty much only wear either shoes I give for free or shoes that are bought for me that I specify because
That's
I
how
don't
I
like
used to be.
I don't like getting shoes as a gift because most of the time people give me the wrong shoe.
Yeah.
So I like telling people what shoe I want and then them getting me that shoe. That's what I like.
I think you and I were the same with that. I used to be very cheap with my shoes. I had shoes that I would wear for like 4 years. They'd have holes in them. And the newest pair that I got previous to me getting this job was my sister went to at Kennesaw State University. They had the whole you bring clothes that you don't wear anymore.
Yeah.
And people would bring shoes that are like in good condition, and she bought them for me. And,
No way.
And they were like $10, but they were like white Adidas shoes. And I wore those all the way through college, 4 years, and then I finally got this job. And I would never buy shoes. The only time I would buy shoes is basketball shoes.
Sure.
Because I'd go through them often. Now, ever since
ball so hard. Mother truckers can't find me.
Want to find me. But ever since I got this job, I have bought I've bought like 7 or 8 pairs of shoes in a matter of 6 months.
Yeah, you got a couple cool shoes. You and Bella got the same shoe.
Bella has picked out a lot of my shoes.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie and I both have kind of a shoe thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not sitting around here, But I got some new On Cloud shoes.
Oh yeah, you should. Yeah, those are cool.
They're nice.
Those are nice. I bet they're comfy.
The high On Clouds. Ooh, dude, money. Sheesh. I broke them in, dude. They are nice.
Yeah.
They're so nice, so comfy. Definitely recommend On Clouds. If you have the means, I recommend you go pick one up. It's choice.
Would you wear blazers?
I don't know. I need to get my suits refitted because they don't fit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes,
Let's go with that.
I would wear blazers, but
you wouldn't buy them. You wouldn't pick them out for yourself unless they were given to you. You
probably
not.
not.
Okay. What's your go-to shoe? Converse? Just Chuck Taylors?
That I wear regularly?
Yeah.
Like in the winter?
Yeah. Like what's your favorite shoe? Like if you could get any shoe right now, what would you pick out for yourself? Brand or style?
Probably if I could get another pair, I'd probably, because they're not waterproof anymore, which is unfortunate, and that's why I would need a new pair. The Chaco boots.
All right. Okay, let's move on.
They're sick. They're so sick looking.
This is also the guy who has his dream car, which is a Jeep.
Dude, I'm a simple man.
You are a simple
very
man.
simple
You
man.
are a very simple man.
Although the boots are $150, like they're not cheap.
You're
boots.
an expensively simple man. You like simply.
I like very
things.
few expensive things. I don't like a lot of things. I need very few things that are expensive.
Yes,
which is fine. Which is no shame.
So
shame.
It's either you choose quality over quantity.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I mean, not when I take photos. I take a lot of photos, and then I go back through and I edit them.
All right. This guy loves. What is this? It's not puns. I guess it could be pun. There's your two names for one thing: Blazers shoe and then blazer.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, we need to cut it out
Damn
as a society. Maybe
English.
that's just telling for how many things there are out there. There's too many things. We've become too much of a itemized culture, and we need to reduce the amount of physical things out there.
I feel the same about movies. I feel like we've created so many movies that people are just coming up with stupid ideas now.
I agree with that, and here's why. There used to be like 6 or 7 movie releases over the course of a year, and now we're doing like 6 or 7 movie releases in a day. Like we're having hundreds and hundreds of movies being released in one year.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even include Bollywood.
I think this is the first year, and next year will be good too. This has been the first year since Endgame that I've been excited about a movie. Like movies.
Really?
Like the Spider-Man one I'm excited about. I was happy about the
Yeah.
Black Widow. I was excited about the 10 Rings.
Yeah.
Mainly all Marvel movies, as you can tell, and James Bond.
Yep, James Bond. There's one coming out with Bradley Cooper, and it looks like a remake of some like old like noir film. It looks really good.
Does it?
Yeah. Entertain the crowd. I got to look this up. Bradley Cooper new
I'm
movie.
just talking about a movie I just recently watched. It's the Serena Williams movie, but it's not
Was it
Serena
good?
Williams. It's her father,
It's her
Will
father.
Smith. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie, fantastic. Although Will Smith plays I guess the dad was actually like this. Will Smith plays a dad who's super protective over his kids and stubborn as fuck.
Really?
The most stubborn person you'll ever like even watch in a
Sometimes
movie.
it takes that kind of dad to like push their kids.
I mean, he was right. It worked. He raised like the 2 greatest tennis players of all time, just about. So.
Well, I mean, hey, whatever it takes,
Yeah.
So the movie is called Nightmare Alley.
Okay. I haven't even seen a preview for it.
I've seen a couple. Looks great.
Really.
Star-studded cast too. Like all the big names are in it.
Bradley Cooper.
I can't remember anybody else.
Oh, yeah. Great stars.
Yep,
Big
but
stars.
Bradley Cooper. He's Rocket from Marvel, so there you go.
Oh, there we go. You want a little tangent right here just because we said stars?
Yeah.
You want to know something funny?
Okay.
A couple nights ago, I was driving my friend home from the gym or from basketball, and we both saw like a shooting star. Like it was blatantly obvious. Like I've never seen one that was like, wow, that was a freaking shooting star. We both saw it. And we got to talking, and my friend, I was like, oh, you know what that probably was is like there's supposed to be an asteroid or meteor that was supposed to come ridiculously close to Earth this month. I don't know if you've heard about that either.
No.
But they were talking about it. I was like, I wonder if that was it. He's like, an asteroid, Mitchell, that was a shooting star. I was like, explain to me what you mean. Explain to me what you mean. He's like, a shooting star, like our sun, like the star just dies and just like, it collapses in gravity
Shoots
or
across the sky?
Shoots across the sky. And I'm like, you're fucking stupid.
How old are you? Like
I was like, you're being serious right now. I was like, yeah, is it, do they, and like, they just don't fall to Earth, right? Like,
no.
this dude believes
way.
I'm not kidding. The dude believes that stars just like get smaller and smaller to the point where they can't keep themselves in space, and then they just start becoming shooting stars, and sometimes they land on Earth. Yeah.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's what he believes. And I sat there, I was like, you're stupid.
Although I can't give him too much crap, because we used to think a lot of crap.
That's true.
We used to think tomatoes were poisonous. We used to think everything revolved around the earth. Like, we used to think a lot of things.
Well, this is also the guy that was born in 1998, and I was born in 1997. His birthday's in July. Mine's in November.
Yeah. And
we had a conversation along the line. I forget what we were talking about. Basically, he was convinced that I was only 4 months older than him.
It's like, hey, bud. There's a concept called years.
Yeah.
Do you know what those are?
Yeah. I'm 24. You're 23. It is.
It's
in 4 months. You're not going to be 24.
He's like, but yeah, man, but it's 4 months apart, right?
Yeah, we were talking about it at breakfast this morning. Me and my friend Blake and a guy named Rashad. We were talking about it. He's like, they were trying to back him up. Like, I could see that. It gets confusing. You don't obviously you don't really know to go all the way around like clockwise or whatever. Sometimes he was just thinking the little gap in between. It's between 4 months, and then he's like, I could see where you got confused. I was like, that's stupid. That's like saying that's like it being 3 o'clock and being like, oh, how long till 2 o'clock, and someone being like, oh, it's only an hour backward. It's only an hour away. No, you go the fuck around. It's
11 hours away.
Yeah.
Or one of the 2 o'clocks. Depends on AM, PM.
It doesn't either or. It's like, I just couldn't believe it.
Let's go military time.
I just wanted to smile and be like, yes, you're right.
0200.
0200, yeah.
Actually, dude, okay, military time makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense. I tried putting on my watch for like 2 weeks, and then I got sick of it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Because my uncle, so he's a Marine, and obviously he runs pretty much everything in military time. John runs everything in military time because a bunch of his buddies are military. So I want to try it. For the new year, I think I want to try running military time. Yeah, and just to see, I mean, who knows?
It just takes a second. Like when it's past 12 o'clock, it takes a second. When you see 13 or...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
2,300 hours.
Yeah, 2,300 hours. I mean, it's just a matter. You just subtract 12.
What is that?
9 o'clock.
But that's the thing. 11 p.m.?
11 p.m. Wow.
Wait,
wow,
what?
there's my math.
Woo! Maybe it is confusing.
Yeah, no shit.
Do I sound weird?
Yeah, a little bit. I told you this, and I thought it was the beanie, but it's not.
Maybe it's not. Either that, or I'll check it for this episode. Maybe I just sound weird the whole episode.
That's fine. I mean, we can understand each other.
I apologize to everybody out there if I sound weird. It might just be the headphones.
Maybe. Well, I mean, I hear it in mine, too.
Ooh, whoops. Well, everybody, sorry. I just realized it this late into the episode.
I tried telling them at the beginning.
Is it clipping? Is it like... No.
It sounds like you're coming from a radio.
It sounds like, hello, welcome to the 50s.
Yep, exactly that. That's exactly what it sounds like.
George Bailey.
George Bailey.
George Bailey.
He had a weird voice, too. George had a weird voice.
Wait, that's just his character. He plays the same character in every movie.
I feel like all those old movies, they had that kind of voice. And I'm like, I don't hear anyone with that voice, ever.
So it was the thing. So, like, you know how
Is that like an acting voice that they had back then? It's just...
I don't know if it's an acting voice, but like all the radio shows, you know how like all radio kind of sounded the same?
Yep.
They're like, hello and welcome to the radio. It's like
kind
of like,
we don't sound like that.
It's like half British, half American accent. It's like a weird, like over enunciated.
They didn't have enough Southern in them yet.
Well, okay,
Southern drawl.
The issue was radio wasn't very clear back then, so they had to over enunciate everything they said. You know, so like when you hear
you do that too well.
Yeah, thank you. But they over enunciate everything so that you can understand them better. And guess where I learned this fact?
Yo, daddy.
My sister.
Oh shoot.
She dropping some knowledge.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Daddy. Sorry. Daddy.
Daddy.
Sorry. Daddy. Sorry. Daddy. Sorry.
Who's your dad? Have you seen Remember the Titans? Not Remember the Titans.
If it's a sports movie,
maybe it's Remember the Titans. Yeah, Remember the Titans.
Very few.
It's a Disney movie. You got to watch that movie. Fantastic. There's actually a part there, and it's the new coach, and he's looking at the player that's trying to like be a badass, and he's like, "On this field, you ain't got no daddy. I'm your daddy." And then like he's telling him to get on the bus, and he's like, "Before you get on the bus,
who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy, Sonny? Who's your daddy?" And he makes this, "You're my daddy." That's right. Get your ass on the bus.
That's great. Awesome. Is Remember the Titans based off of the Roswell High School football team? I feel like it is.
Not Roswell, but it was filmed here in Georgia. It was filmed at what's the one? Sandy Springs High School or whatever. What's
Dunwoody?
No, the high school. It's
Sprayberry?
Sprayberry. That's where I think it was filmed.
Okay.
The football scenes. But no spoiler. It's basically a movie that was in the past, and it was when a black school merged with a white school for the first time.
A movie was filmed in the past?
In the past. Aren't they all?
So they were integrating.
Yeah, they were integrating two schools, and basically an African-American guy got the head coach role from the white man. And, of course, everyone was freaking out, and they learned to come together, play football good together, become brothers and everything, and they didn't lose a game that season.
That's awesome.
It's a great movie.
That sounds fun.
You need to watch it. It's really just a great movie.
Okay,
So,
cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
All right. I'll have to look it up because I feel like there's another movie. I can't remember which movie, but there's one movie that's based off of the Roswell High School football team.
It's not We Are Marshall, right?
No.
That's not. Okay.
I'll have to look it up later.
Okay.
That'll be a factoid for after the show.
All right.
I've gone on my phone too much during this episode.
Yeah.
That's why we need to have a third person on here always.
We need a fact checker.
Just to like fact check us. So okay, so you don't listen to any other podcasts?
I listen to the Tim Ferriss Show and Millennial Money.
So there's a podcast called Armchair Expert.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Dak Shepard?
I've heard that name.
So he's married to Kristen Bell.
I know that name too.
Okay. Kristen Bell she's super famous, and he's I think a step down in fame than she is.
Okay.
But either way, he's super famous for this podcast, Armchair Expert. And at the end, so he has a co-host, but he does most of the interviews, and his co-host jumps in, interjects every once in a while, kind of like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan has
his little sidekick.
Hey, pull it up on the screen.
Pull it up on the screen.
Let's watch this shit.
Jamie, pull it up. So it's kind of like that, except she comes back. They come back after they do interviews, and they look back and say, okay, let's fact check the whole episode. And she comes back, and they just one-on-one and go, okay, you mentioned this in the episode. It's actually this or whatever. And it's actually pretty epic.
I'm sure
I wish we had time for that.
we'd fuck it up. Yeah.
Oh, we'd screw up our own fact checks.
Oh, dude, last week you were screwing it up with all the quote words or whatever things you were doing. You kept saying, in case you didn't know, or in case you something like that.
Yeah,
I can't even mess it up. Yeah.
It was bad.
It's
Also,
usually me that screws it up. But.
Dude, another thing that we messed up was when I was referencing, I can't even remember the name, Madagascar.
Yeah? What do we...
Who plays the zebra?
Chris Rock?
So we said Eddie Murphy.
Oh, boy. Did we really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we
suck.
We screwed it up big time.
I'm sorry, Eddie. My bad. Or Chris Rock, I guess. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Who do we apologize to?
Wait, and Donkey was Eddie Murphy. No, who Donkey was Chris Rock too? Who played Donkey in Shrek?
Dude, why did you do this?
Hey, Billy Bob, look it up.
Donkey.
I think that's Chris Rock. No, Eddie Murphy. I think it's Eddie Murphy. It's Eddie Murphy. My final answer.
Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
Final answer.
Yep.
Yeah. That's so funny, dude. Damn. Yeah. Whoops. Sorry for everybody out there. My dad was literally yelling at his phone. He was like, "You idiot,
motherfuckers."
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode because I'm a little nervous that this mic has screwed up this entire time. So
we're gonna post it anyway.
We're gonna post it anyway. But if it sounds horrible, I totally apologize, and I have no idea what's going wrong. But thank you for tuning in, and we are going to hear a little bit more from us on Friday for the Christmas special. We got a couple cool things planned for you, and obviously we don't take up too much of your time, so it's just going to be a quick episode. But we'll see you then. ManCardPodcast.com, ManCardPod@gmail.com. Hit us up and go give us a nice 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. We'll see you on Friday.
See ya.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.